Yeah, I read this story, and it's about this this kung fu master, and there was a guy that was trying to become his student, and basically the guy just kept talking and talking and talking, and the master wouldn't really respond to it. And then finally, the master says, "Hey, would you like some tea?" And the guy says, "Yeah." And he keeps on blabbing, blabbing, chatty Cathy, blab, blab, blab. And then, as soon as he would take a sip of his tea, the guy kept filling it up. And after this process repeated, the guy goes, "Man, dude, I can't drink any more tea. You keep filling it up." And the guy says, "Well, if you wish to drink of my tea, first you must empty your cup, okay?" Now, I hear, listen, I listen to my Christian truther brothers out here, trying to get the word out, on the big time, uh, like Steve Quayle, or like Rob Skiba, Alex Jones, for instance, but I hear a lot of, the more hardcore Christians. I don't mean like the KKK Christians, because I don't know if you can be KKK and a Christian. It's kind of stupid, but anyway, they, I'm noticing this kind of like there's a martial art discrimination going on, okay? A little bit, or just a misunderstanding, because look, this is one of these gap zones where there hasn't been a lot of exchange and discussion. I mean, there is a lot of witchcrafty, metaphysical elements to some of these things, but a lot of that stuff is kind of, they're head games. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that seem they got all this power, they're really just adept magicians. They got a lot of tricks. You know what I'm saying? And you don't understand them. You're not initiated into their art form or whatever. So there's a lot of that out there. You got to weed through this, okay? When they say this thing, they say, empty your mind. And then the Christian people will say, well, when you empty your mind, that's to make way for demons to come in. Which, hey, it's true. That is one way how, like, people like Blavatsky channeled the ascended master entities, which are really just the Enoch Watchers, fallen angels that are imprisoned in the earth until judgment. But a more accurate term than empty your mind, I mean, because here, think about it, okay? Well, this is what it means, okay? If you're busy in your mind, bitching, complaining, micromanaging, busybodying, watching everyone else, okay? Something could happen right in front of you, but your mind is so preoccupied, you wouldn't see it. A more accurate way to explain it would to be clear your mind. You know what I'm saying? Look, it's like a sponge, okay? I submerge a sponge in water. I pull it out. When I stick it back in the water, it cannot absorb anything because it is full, okay? Now, your cup is your mind, it's your heart, it's your soul, okay? If you have studied so much, you're to the point where you're crammed full, okay? And what you need to do is you had to have some time to let that sink in. It's like, when it rains, if it rains too much at once, it floods, right? But if it rains slowly, the ground absorbs it, right? Same thing with your mind, okay? Your mind is like a sponge, okay? Every once in a while, if you want to learn new things, okay? This doesn't mean discard the old. All of it anyway. But some of the old things that you learned were wrong. It was in air, okay? So you do want to get rid of that, okay? You want to take your sponge and twist it and wring it out, okay? Now, you're a vessel that can contain water. when it comes to Jesus and the Word, that's how you get the living water. Even Jesus says himself, he says, you must become born again. In a way, he said, when he says that, what does born again mean? It would be like being a baby, okay? What's the difference between an adult and a baby? Adult, a grown-ass person thinks they know it all. A baby doesn't know anything. A baby is learning from scratch. That's what this means, man. This is all pertaining to the same subject. That's why I said, look, you don't want to empty yourself. You want to clear yourself. You want to clear out the old, the bad, the blockage. You want to make way for the new, so when something's coming at you, or here's another way to put it. Being born again is like to take a second look, a new look, a fresh look at everything you thought you knew from the past. I mean, that's very difficult to do, especially to the proud, egotistical, successful people who actually benefit and profit from this backwards antichrist system that we were born into. I mean, not every single person that's alive right now born in the end times, okay? Like, so, I mean, we're in Egypt, man. We're building the pyramids for some guy that thinks he's God. You know what I'm saying, basically. And I mean, and even the Bible, man, it's like this, okay? In order to meditate upon God, right? How are you gonna meditate about everything that's going on in your life, school, college, job, children, family, friends, sex, entertainment, and God? You must clear your mind first. Focus all your attention on the task at hand, okay? This is truly what it means to empty your mind. It's not you can't empty your mind. It's almost impossible, okay? I've tried. It's clear your mind so that you can restart your moment. You can fresh start your moment. You can relax, take a break, dude. Let go of the worry, let go of the anger, let go of the hatred, let go of the mission. Trust in your Creator that everything's going to be alright. But that doesn't mean just sit idly. This means do what you would do to if your parents were watching. You know what I'm saying? That's how you look at God, okay? You know, I'm not perfect. I make plenty of mistakes and got plenty of shameful things that happened in my life, you know? I'm not proud of that. I'm not even proud. Not proud at all, man. Look, God resists the proud, but yet he reveals himself to the humble, okay? I mean, there's this common thread, too, dude. In the Kung Fu, it's always about the humble people are the ones that achieve greatness, dude. The cocky ones, they burn hot, but they fizzle out just as fast, dude. You know what I'm saying? So, it's how these things work. But I don't know. Yes, there is a heavy occult secret society element to the martial arts, but that's because from the switch from all these different local lords and leaders, they had to go underground. And then when they went from having a king or whatever, it went to communism. And then it even had to go deeper underground. Even the Christians. I mean, all Christians throughout society and history, the real ones, have been hunted down and killed like dogs. And I mean, so the first people they had to be kind of a secret society, but the funny thing about this secret society, there is no secrets. You know what I mean? It's all out in the open. But look, when you're when you're a political refugee in occupied territory, in order to practice what you know to be right and true, you might have to do it circumspectly. You know what I'm saying? Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's like if you know, praise God in secret, he will reward you openly.